right. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. This is Dr. Beata. I wanted to discuss a powerful mindset shift today. I covered this in the private Mindful Moms group, and I recognize how important this is to share with everyone. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Dr. Beata. I'm a doctor of physical therapy, and I'm a holistic health coach specializing in gut health, nutrition, mental, emotional, and energetic healing. And my kind of subset specialty is moms and little ones. And I have plenty of extra resources, especially if you are breastfeeding. I'm also a best-selling author on the topics of parenting, motherhood, and breastfeeding. And I have firsthand experience with my daughter. We struggled with colic, eczema, reflux, allergies, sensory and medical needs. So this unique experience puts my healthcare background together with that to really provide understanding and empathy and compassion and support for moms in similar situations. So the thing is, I get it, right? I've been in your shoes, and in some ways, I still am. There's a laundry basket full of clothes that still have not been folded. Um, there's a toddler watching TV when I do most of my videos. There's food kitchen cooking in the kitchen. We have adventures planned for now. It's the evening, so we did our adventures already this morning. But there's adventures planned most days, and I'm ready to tackle the toddler tantrums in a loving and responsive way. And at the same time, I'm answering questions and messages and creating custom plans for clients, creating action steps, resources, connecting with other moms on this journey, and building this business and finding time for self-care. So I understand how busy you may be as moms as well, because I am in it as well. The difference is the reason why I'm able to do so many of these things is that it took us years to build up our support system and medical team and to get answers to get my daughter feeling well. So back then, when my daughter was up to like 1.5 years old, I wasn't able to do all of these things because all of the effort and energy was going into helping my daughter feel better. So I'm curious, are you there as well? Are you in that place where you can't even think about yourself or anything else because all of your focus is on your children? Go ahead and type a yes in the comments if that resonates to you. And I forgot to say, if you are watching live, go ahead and do hashtag live and where you're from. And if you're watching the replay, you can do hashtag replay as well. So again, it took us years to build up this system and the support team and medical team to really help my daughter. And this is this experience, right? This knowledge. With this, I've built up a system, a framework, so you can go step by step as well without missing parts, without missing these steps in your healing. And this way, I can help you get your little ones feeling faster, feeling better faster, and both of you can be happier, healthier, sleeping better, and thriving. So now we're at the point where we're not just surviving like we were for that year and a half. Using this system, my daughter's eczema and reflux have completely disappeared. She is healed. She has completely changed with fussiness and tantrums. If you've had a fussy baby before, you know what I'm talking about. She is still a very strong-willed and persistent personality, but that is different than the fussiness when they're not feeling well and the colic and the constant screaming and crying. So, if you're experiencing that right now, I'm sending you so many hugs and love because I completely understand how hard that is. And we have also healed our digestive systems and are healing. I want to say that because it's a journey, it's a process, it doesn't necessarily end. And also our emotional and mental states. We're getting in touch with our spirituality, with our soul, with our intuition. And that is so vital a piece in healing and health as well. And so with this, again, I meet these moms and I absolutely can understand where they're coming from. Many times we have guidance calls and we are just in tears crying together. It helps me really understand their situation. And at the same time, I want to be non-judgmental and neutral as well. Objective is my goal. So as a professional looking in that is not sleep deprived right now and not exhausted and not worn thin, I can see past certain gaps that moms may be having in their, health journey, whether it be for themselves or their little ones, and be able to catch the potential mistakes and kind of fill in those gaps to make decisions that feel good to them as well. That's something that's really important for me. And this way we get results, right? We get improvement because we're not just looking at one research article or one thing. We're using healthcare background, we're using emotional, mental, energetic, and also you, right? So we have to look at the client and child in front of us and make decisions that feel good to you and that are customized and specific to you as well. So that's the value of having a holistic practitioner who gets it on your team. So if you're curious, we can get to know each other multiple ways. A free option is I offer a free part of my workshop. It's a holistic sleep workshop, so there's no cry it out, there's no controlled crying or anything like that. There's a low-cost guidance call where we can get to know each other and you get a customized one-on-one action step. And that way you feel confident and calm knowing what to what to focus on moving forwards. And there's also the Breastfeeding Bliss book. So this is a raw, authentic account of our story. It is on Amazon, and you can get a signed paperback copy as well. I can drop that link below afterwards. And you also get a free bonus community session with that as well. So all of that to say is that I understand the stress, overwhelm, anxiety, worry that many of you are experiencing. Especially if you are moms, right, with a little one who doesn't feel well. I absolutely understand and hear you. And with this, right, we want to help you also take care of yourself as a mom, because that's something that I found myself doing is I was forgetting about myself in the process. I wasn't focusing on myself. I wasn't giving myself the self-love and self-care that I am worthy of and deserve. And I know many moms feel that way as well. We do everything for our children, but when it comes down to us, we kind of forget about ourselves as well. And we can't help our children if we are not in a good place. So that is something that I feel really passionate about, is helping moms get to that place where they can still take care of themselves and therefore take care of others as well. So this topic that we're going to talk about today is something that I really wanted to revisit here for everyone, because I know worry and anxiety are things that not only moms deal with. This can apply to anyone, anytime, anywhere, even if you don't have kids. And this story may speak to you. So something that many of you don't know is that I have spent a couple of years now studying personal growth, development, and transformation. And that's also part of the coaching that I provide, because it's what really creates the transformation in our lives. When we focus on like nutritional health and things like that, yes, that can definitely make us feel better, feel more energized, lose weight, have clearer skin, etc. And unless we address those emotional and mental aspects as well, we're only going to have a partial transformation. So that's why the holistic approach, it's similar to life coaching in a sense, that we really look at all aspects of life. And for myself, because I do have that nutritional and healthcare background, we also address that along with the mental, emotional, and energetic. So this story that I'm going to share with you is something that I heard from one of my mentors, Dr. Srikumar Rao. And I remember it being a really profound moment for me when I heard this. And it was one of those like moments that I will remember for the rest of my life because it made such a profound impact. So I wanted to share it with you. So let's go ahead and take a breath together. So breathing in through the nose and a nice long exhale. All right, I tend to get very kind of energized. It's like this anxious energy that I have when I'm on camera, because I am still a little anxious going on and doing these lives and all that. Something that gets easier with time, but I know will always be there. So are you with me? Okay, are you ready to hear this story? Because when we feel stressed and anxious and worried, there's a different energy around things. So I'm going to actually read this story. Let me pop over to it, because mom brain does not let me remember all these parts. It's not too long. All right, so there once was a farmer who owned a horse and had a son. One day, his horse ran away. The neighbors came to express their concern. Oh, that's too bad. How are you going to work the fields now? The farmer replied, good thing, bad thing, who knows? In a few days, his horse came back and brought another horse with her. Now the neighbors were glad. Oh, how lucky. Now you can do twice as much work as before. The farmer replied, good thing, bad thing, who knows? The next day, the farmer's son fell off the new horse and broke his leg. The neighbors were concerned again. Now that he is incapacitated, he can't help you around. That's too bad. And the farmer replied, good thing, bad thing, who knows? Soon the news came that a war broke out, and all the young men were required to join the army. The villagers were sad because they knew that many of the young men will not come back. The farmer's son could not be drafted because of his broken leg. His neighbors were envious. How lucky, you get to keep your only son. The farmer replied, good thing, bad thing, who knows? So this is an ancient Chinese parable, and it had a lot of meaning and wisdom for me. So one of the first things, so before I tell you, I'd like to hear, let me jump over to the comments, if any of you have heard of this before, and if any of you have thought about this before, right? So there are a couple key points here. The first point that I brought to mind was this definition of good and bad, right? And what it actually is a perception. So it is something that culturally, societally, we have been taught that certain things are good and certain things are bad. So I want to give you permission to just be mindful of this. What are we calling good and what are we calling bad? And can there be different circumstances where something good can actually be something bad and something bad can actually be something good? And then the next part is this feeling of worry and anxiety, right? So when let's say the son fell off the horse, there was a lot of worry. Oh no, your son is hurt, right? And we tend to, myself included, we tend to worry and think about things and overthink them sometimes. When at times, just surrendering and saying, this is it is what it is, it happened, and what's going to come of it, we don't know yet. So if you believe in any higher power, spirituality is not religious, but religion does fall into the category of spirituality. So whatever higher power you may have, or believe in, rather, sometimes the thought of just surrendering. We are in this situation, and just kind of what I think of it is, and so it is. It is. The situation, whatever it is, it is. And the other thing is that this is always an unfinished story. And this is true in our lives and in every moment as well. Something may happen today that may seem good or bad or whatnot, and the story hasn't finished yet. So tomorrow that same thing may transform and may become something completely different. So it is kind of understanding this, it's, what's the best way to say it? It's this judgment that we try to impose on certain things. And sometimes when we let go of that judgment, that can actually be very freeing. We are allowed to be in the present moment then. And that judgment is what really creates a lot of this worry and concern, anxiety that we may have. So it is not something that's super easy to just get rid of and say, I'm going to do this differently, and just, throw your hands up and say, I surrender, and it is what it is. And this is something that I'm striving towards. And if you are as well, let me know if this resonates with you, if this is something that maybe piques your curiosity as well. Because what I have realized is that once we become just present in the actual moment, a lot of our worries and concerns and things that we are anxious about go away. So in this moment, I'm going to give an example. I am typically anxious about going on camera and doing these lives. And when I come back to this present moment, I am here, I am safe, I am healthy, and it's okay. And it's something that I have to remind myself often about. And there are little strategies and tips and tools as well, that help to create habits out of this and to become aware of it, because sometimes we get so caught up in the day to day, the rushing, the stress, the worry, the anxiety, the concern. It's something that happened to myself and my daughter this morning when we were running late with daylight savings time. It was not an easy transition. If you are parents, let me know how your little ones transitioned. But I did not want to get up this morning, and there was a lot of resistance, which, as you can imagine, is normal for a 4-year-old. And I had myself caught up in this anxiety and worry about being late. And really, when I took a moment and stepped back and became present, I realized it's okay. We're going to be 45 minutes late today, and it is what it is. So, this is something that was transformational for me when I started learning about it and when I started implementing it. Again, I have studied this and practiced this for quite a while, and it still is something that I need help with. And not necessarily help, it's something that I need to keep reminding myself with, because I have worked with multiple mentors on this mindfulness and awareness. And each mentor had something different that I've been able to pull and grasp, and also kind of transform it into something that a busy mom can use as well, because that is definitely something that is a challenge. Many of these practices and strategies take a lot of time and energy and effort, and us as busy moms who are exhausted and have a million things on our plate, we don't have that time. So that's why many of the programs and offerings that I have are made specifically for the busy mom in mind. So I wanted to ask, after hearing this parable, after having this little mindset shift around good and bad, around these unfinished stories, around this judgment and not knowing and this surrender, how does your energy feel after hearing this? So I know myself, my energy, after I remind myself of this, get to a moment of calm. My energy feels lighter, it feels clearer. So I'm curious, what are you feeling after hearing this parable as well? And what was the other thing I wanted to mention? I had some notes here. So yes, this is the big point, right? So this feeling of surrender, this feeling of letting go, was something that myself I experienced. So when my daughter wasn't feeling well, and I was trying to do all the things to help her, sometimes it was counterproductive. And my mental health and my emotional states were getting out of whack because I was so worried and so anxious and so focused on that. And it wasn't until I had created this group of mentors that really helped me personally. And I know that's not possible for many of you, or for some of you. So what I have done is I have created a supportive community that is here for moms in this place, with little trainings and little videos like this that give you little reminders. Now, how many of you have ever watched a YouTube video or seen a cool article or something and you said, oh, that's so cool, I want to do that? And you do it maybe for a day, maybe two, and then you completely forget about it because life throws you, all sorts of things. So these programs are here to give you accountability and support. And they help you actually make the transformation. So it's not just something you heard once or twice. So mindful breathing is something like that. It's one of my core teachings, is mindful breathing. And I have plenty of videos on that if you're interested in it. And sometimes moms often say, yeah, the mindful breathing is great, but then I forget about it, or I don't have time to do it, when really it just takes seconds. It's something that absolutely can be made into a habit, and it can transform your life. The mindful breathing is one tiny part. It's like the tip of the iceberg of this whole Mindful Moms Mastery program. So this program is 12 weeks long. It's 8 modules spread out, so you have plenty of time to work through, with plenty of accountability and support and community, so that together we can create this transformation for you, so that you and your little ones can be happier, healthier, sleeping better, and enjoying your time together, being present in the moment. That is super important. Is that something that you want? Is that something that you want for yourself as a mom? And this isn't a big investment, because when we make any kind of investment in ourselves, in our time, in our effort, our energy, then we are more likely to continue through with it. So I encourage you, if you have any questions, ask for some more information. We can always connect in Messenger or on a guidance call, and we can explore this possibility for you more. Because this is for those moms who are looking for powerful coaching, who are looking for a transformation, who are ready to heal. Healing is a huge part of this. And again, a holistic healing. So from an emotional, mental, energetic standpoint as well. And it's broken down into easy, actionable steps that take just seconds to minutes a day. But with the addition of all these little steps together, that is what creates the transformation. That is what creates your habits. That's what changes your life and transforms your motherhood experience. So this is specifically designed for busy and exhausted moms, for anxious moms, for worried moms, for moms going through postpartum depression or anxiety or overwhelm, for allergy moms. This is who I identify the most with, allergy moms. This is for you. This is for special needs moms. This is for medical moms. Maybe your little ones have other medical needs and challenges. This is so transformational for moms going through any of these things. It's transformation for anyone. However, the group that I identify the most with right now, and who I feel I can help the most, are moms in these situations. So for those who are ready to invest in themselves, ready to absolutely change their lives, the Mindful Moms Mastery Program, again, is going to be starting in a couple weeks. And you also get one-on-one sessions. That's what I forgot to mention as well. So these are healing sessions. We go through some of the strategies that you have learned, and also there are healings that happen during these sessions, whether they be connections or energetic healings or emotional or mental clearings. And there's extra bonuses as well. Lots of fun little bonuses thrown in there, because everyone loves a little package showing up at their house. So there are also more in-depth one-on-one packages for those who want to get to the root cause, who want to look at something I call a root cause analysis, where we identify and address root causes and we work through the system. That's a 6-step system to do the root cause analysis, and there may be multiple root causes. So that takes a little bit more one-on-one, and that is very customized guidance and care. So that is for the one-on-one packages, and you also get the Mindful Moms Mastery Program included. So yes, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to include. But really, these are here so that you can understand that whatever situation you may be in, maybe your little one isn't feeling well, maybe you're not feeling well postpartum, there is something beautiful. There's an opportunity that can come out of it. And I know for myself this has happened. And I would love to help you optimize your motherhood experience. I would love to help you optimize your life experience. And if motherhood is what brought your awakening, if motherhood is what brought the challenges, if your little one is what, increased these challenges, and it's an opportunity for you to now step forward and take that step to transformation, then I encourage you to get some more information and reach out. So I will drop the links in the comments, and if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message. And as always, I wish you and your little ones all the best, and I will see you soon.